Some people died at birth and I made it out. I'm just fortunate. He saved me when I was probably about to die. And when I was a baby, I was most likely going to be dead. I got stuck in my mom's belly. They had to cut her open to get me out. And I just can only thank God for why I'm here. My inspiration for baseball, I hated it growing up. You know what happened back in my 4th grade? COVID hit.
In your senior year, my junior year, I feel like we're really going to have a loaded team that is definitely going to push to compete something. Right now is an opportunity, obviously, for all the people in the audience who might be watching this, just like they can hear your story and they can know that there's a God who loves them out there, a God who cares about them and who wants them to be saved.
You just gotta trust in Him. He'll never give up on you as long as you don't give up on Him.
Hey, I'm Ben Undershoots from the Unshakably Inspired podcast, and today we've got a really good friend of mine here, Jameson Gindt, and he's going to be telling us a bit about his life and his story and just stuff like that. So, Jamerus, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So as you said, I'm Jameson Gindt. Call me Jamerus, whatever. My favorite sports are like football, baseball. Love that stuff. I also do like 4-wheeling, fishing, hunting, all that stuff. I like to play games too. That's video games too. Play with or hang out with friends. Honestly, just ask people how they're doing and ask them how their day was and stuff, and try to help them as much as I can. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So you're just like talking about it's obviously here in Wisconsin, just a beautiful place to be doing stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And where do you like to go hunting at?
So I've land south of Boyd for my grandpa's. Yeah. We have big 3-acre cornfield and then an 80-acre field right behind it. So we have pretty good land down there. And actually, a couple years ago, I shot Boone and Crockett deer like level, which it scored like a 161, which is just amazing for around here, especially.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Last year we didn't have too much luck. My dad did. He had like four big bucks, but yeah, I only went like 4 times. I don't crossbow hunt or anything like that. I just go during gun season. And then I also have my grandpa has a cabin down in Clark County, by where Rock Dam is.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we go hunting there. We do drives down there. Yep.
Yeah, so that's really cool. So like when you're fishing, what do you like to fish for?
Mostly just panfish because I haven't really done much of like big water fishing. But this or next summer I'm going up to Alaska actually to visit some family for and then we're gonna go salmon fishing and stuff. That'll be fun.
Yeah, so like where in Alaska are you talking about?
Kodiak Island,
Wow, that's really cool.
southeast part of Alaska. I'm pretty
crazy.
sure.
Like I mean, like you see all those television shows. I don't know if you've seen like Mountain Men or not before, but
Heard of them.
yeah, it's a really cool TV show, and just like I mean, you just got like pure wilderness there, and just really beautiful. Like especially like just during the spring, just like when everything is like I mean, I guess it's a really late spring considering nothing really melts off till the end of May, but it's definitely beautiful.
Well, let's be real. Baseball season doesn't start till June up here, so
yeah. So you just want to share a little bit about your like family and stuff, or just
yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
So again, obviously we come from a big farming family. I have a farm in Edson, which is just a township, and I don't go down there much, but I wish I knew like them more. But I know more of my mom's side of the family, which are the Hoodwaniks and the Gadels, which also come from farming. Not as much Hoodwanik, but Gadel. Yeah, we just tough people and really good athletes like Porter, Gunner.
Yeah, obviously.
I have a cousin, Joey. He tried out for the Panthers actually, and he's living down in North Carolina. He went to
cool.
Mankato D2 school.
Yeah, Mankato's very good. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm just
no. That's really cool, and obviously we've got definitely got a future athlete in here, you too. Hopefully, it's gonna be a lot of fun in the play if you I think easily you're getting a varsity spot this year. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of needs. I feel like especially on our offensive line, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. And hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully I get the privilege to play alongside you. That'd be really cool, and
Oh yeah.
varsity
Hey,
would be a lot of fun
hey,
this
this
year.
guy,
Yeah,
he's the hardest hitting receiver I've ever seen. He'll just chuck you like that.
yeah.
No, he's a great guy. But yeah, I also have two cousins that play at Stout. Both, one's a senior, one's a junior. They're
Hmm.
brothers, and I actually got the privilege before he broke his ankle
Hmm.
the week after.
Yeah.
I got to see him record 15 tackles and a pick
Hmm.
six during
Yeah.
a game against my
Yeah.
dad's college, UW Stevens Point.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's really cool. Yeah, so yeah, it's always funny for me to be out there, especially like this year since I switched from like running back to wide receiver. It's just funny because like the moment I catch the ball and I just see someone, I'm just like looking to truck them because I'm so used to just like because it's just like when you're so used to just like running between tackles and stuff like that, you just forget that you're in the open field and
yeah.
so it's definitely funny. Plus too, like I guess like I didn't get too much playing time on JV on offense just because I think your coaches forgot since I play as like a off ball linebacker, hybrid D lineman, they just forgot
Mhm.
that play wide receiver. So it's always funny. But yeah, it's always awesome to play with Jamerus. He picks up a lot of double teams for me sometimes, like so I can just like go through the quarterback unblocked, and it's playing alongside of him. He's
Truth gives it on the handoff. It goes to Canfield,
Yeah,
and then Canfield brought
yeah.
down.
He was down by contact.
He was down.
Not much blocking.
a great player. He has amazing work ethic. I mean, he's in the gym all the time. I see him there, so he works hard. He puts a lot of work in, and yeah, Jamerus is a great player. So like, what is your inspiration like to like play sports and stuff like that? Your family and stuff. You're talking about a little bit.
It's not really my family. I just like doing it.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's just blood, as they say.
Yeah.
But I just love playing sports,
Hmm.
like lifting. Just love it.
Yeah.
But there's some days where you're just like, but you
Yeah.
also love it. But
Yeah.
it's just like it's just a weird feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know. My inspiration, just do it for all the people you love and all your teammates out there, your
Yeah.
brothers, stuff.
Yeah, I think it's really important to view like all your teammates out there, viewing them as a family because when you're viewing them like that, you're willing to sacrifice, like I was just talking about the way sometimes you'll take on a double team for me, and just that sacrifice you're willing to put into the game to see your other players succeed and to see your team succeed as a whole, and that's what builds championships because everyone will say I guess offense wins championship, defenses wins championship, but no, it's a team as a whole that is going to win a championship, and when the team as a whole comes together and is willing to sacrifice and put everything on the line to build a better team, that's what truly builds championships.
On that note, my eighth grade coach, you've had him,
Yeah,
Coach
yeah,
Matt,
yeah,
and he's your pastor,
yeah,
ain't he?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You know what he said was the most underrated academic or thing in sports
Hmm.
is just brotherhood, just playing for your
Absolutely.
brothers. I mean, that's how.
Hmm.
I mean, look at us for the JV. I mean, no offense, but varsity didn't really talk.
Yeah, yeah,
They didn't have that click like we did
yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
we all just got along.
Yeah,
We all played to win, played for each other.
yeah.
You know, I'm not saying
No.
anything like that, but
No,
you
well,
know,
I think it's just like we came into this season thinking like we were the same team as like last year. We thought that just like everything would be handed to us because we were like super good last year and we dominated everybody. And we expected the division to be the same because the division was different this year too. I mean, like Mondovi, like with their team of nothing but sophomores, for example, they
mm-hmm.
just came out and like destroyed everybody and almost made it to state. You're just a fumble away from making the state. Just I think we just underestimate everybody. We and yeah, I agree with you too. Like it's not like we were like a directly selfish team. It's just more of a thing. Just is sometimes just when the game became tall, we just I guess we curled
we
under
just
a
couldn't
little
climb the
bit.
mountain when it
Yeah,
became tall.
yeah,
Um, but I do believe in us though in the future.
yeah,
I do believe that.
yeah.
I mean, even the weight room in like
Mhm.
6 a.m. in the morning,
I know it's different
just
now.
going there and building relationships with your work but workout buddies is just different, man.
Mhm. Yeah, and I can definitely just see like we have a different level of dedication. I think this year is just we have so many like I would swear we doubled like our gym attendance since last year.
Oh yeah.
And like we definitely have been doing a lot better about getting more dedicated, and just I think everybody like just in the past I feel like people didn't take the workouts as seriously, but now you see people actually getting in there. They want to get their stuff done. They want to grow and impact, and now instead of just starting our because like, I mean like last year we hadn't even started our off-season program really till the end of February, early March, but now we're we've already started the moment the season ended. We were just like right back in it. We're just
Yeah,
did all year round
wasn't it
martial.
like start of
November, yeah.
November, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was it
Yeah.
was a fun season though.
Yeah.
I mean, our JV, we competed with Regis, Mondovi, their JV.
Yeah.
They're just tough, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, guys, we lost to Regis.
Yeah.
But we tied with Mondovi, so we're fine.
Yeah.
But no, it's fine. Yeah. But can we talk about baseball? I do love baseball
Sure.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, my inspiration for baseball, just I hated it growing up.
Mhm.
From when I was probably 7 to 8, I was like, I'm never playing baseball. It looks boring, sounds boring.
Mhm.
I put on a glove,
Yeah.
start playing catch with my brother.
Yeah.
Wow, did that take the words out of my mouth?
Mhm.
Baseball was my passion
Yeah.
back in 4th grade.
Yeah.
But you know what happened back in my 4th grade? COVID
Yeah.
hit, so I couldn't play my first year of baseball. And then,
Yeah.
and then 5th grade hit,
Mhm.
and I was just so excited for my first chance to play baseball with actual
Mhm.
teammates, and
Mhm.
not just getting soft toss and in the cage with my dad,
Yeah.
but I'm actually playing a real baseball game.
Yeah.
I play first base. I've always loved first base. I wouldn't rather. There's no better position than it,
Mhm.
in my opinion. Just
Yeah.
you're the leader of the infield, as
Yeah.
they say. Besides pitcher, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. My inspiration for it, not much. Just finding love for it. You know.
Yeah, yeah, baseball. I mean, like like, when they say baseball is something else, it really is. It's just so much fun to play, and just like for me as an outfielder, I just like love just like being out there in the outfield, just chasing baseballs around, and just like it's just a lot of fun, just and so satisfying, especially like when you get like a put out all the way from from the outfield, and you get to throw a guy out at second or whatever. That's always really satisfying.
Prime Dylan
Like it's
Robinson.
yeah, I had I recorded 5 outs I think from like the outfield to the infield, so that was a lot of fun. No, in the infield, I definitely need some work because just like I did have like quite a few throwing errors like playing second, third base, so that was a little bit rough.
Well,
But
you're a freshman. I mean, you'll
yeah,
be fine. You'll get
yeah,
better at it. But yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think and then just like going back to football, just like like say one thing though, I do
Oh, you're
think
fine.
that like in your senior year, my junior year, I feel like we're really gonna have a loaded team that is definitely gonna push to compete something. Like I'm not for sure about this year. We have the potential. Like depends on how a lot of things play out and how a lot of teams do. I think, but we definitely have potential. But I feel like in your guys' senior year, that's gonna be the year that we're gonna dominate and we're gonna have a really good team. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. You never know what
Yeah.
happens, man. We could just somehow, maybe
Yeah.
I could go from 205 to a 225 bench, but
Yeah.
you never by tomorrow,
Yeah.
you never know. But yeah, we're going to be competitive
Yeah.
by next year, and then I think
Yeah.
senior year will be
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. Baseball. What are you thinking though for this year? Where do you think we're gonna be at?
So, it looks like a lot of sophomores are playing.
Yeah.
Um like football, I mean,
Mhm.
not the best. We'll keep in a game for a
Mhm.
little bit, but once we get down, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
definitely gonna be.
but you never know. You never
Yeah.
know. Hey, God, any given game, God had
Yes.
that for any NFL game this year. Could you imagine if
Mhm.
look at who's like a really weird team that made the playoffs this year? The Panthers.
Yeah.
Who predicted them to go to the NFC divisional round after an 0-3 start? And Bryce Young just looking like that.
Yeah.
and then like the Packers even losing to them and
Yeah.
losing to the Browns. And I mean, we blew a 21-3 lead. I'm still mad about that, but
Yeah.
it's just any given game, man.
Yeah, so yeah, it's actually crazy. Like I was at like a conference in Green Bay, like when that was happening, we just like we're all like everybody like there was just like curled up right around like just like someone's phone screen or whatever. Just like crazy to see, just the loss and just like Jordan Love's final throw and just yeah, that was definitely hard to see, and especially after I guess McManus he missed that field goal, and then just it's been like a chain of events for this year, and I don't know like but I don't think it's right for people to blame Rich Bisaccia either. I feel like he's a good coach. I feel because like I mean like punting, that was the best punting squad the Packers have had in their history, NFL history. Um,
Yeah, Daniel Willen flips the field, eh?
yeah, yeah, he definitely did a good job of that. And then also punt and kickoff coverage. I think we did a nice job on that too. So it's just mainly our kick return, and then our like field goal unit was like really really
I
bad.
just think I just think McManus is just old.
He is,
I'm
yes.
sorry, but he's
Well,
just old.
yeah.
I think LaFleur, I I think he's a good coach.
Yeah.
I just don't agree with most of his plays.
Yeah.
Running the ball
Inside zone, yeah.
out of a shotgun, even when like players are like telling the play to their defense, like the Eagles game.
Yeah, yeah.
Inside zone left, inside zone left.
Yeah, Moro Jomo, yeah.
Yeah, and then running and then running a stupid pass play.
Yeah.
Calling a timeout, running a stupid pass play that's going to be dropped or incomplete by a mile.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just yeah. I was just like looking at some film though back, and if you look at like the way it's set up though, every single time we ran inside zone or an RPO, like the play averaged like a yard and a half per play. But when we actually like went to Jordan Love and put the ball in his hands, like where we like have like two posts like down like during the slots, and then would have like a fade with Romeo Doubs and like something deep with Christian Watson. That was when we'd get success, and especially like Romeo Doubs who had a phenomenal game. And I think I wish the Packers had more like cap space, because I would love to see Romeo Doubs come back. I think he's a phenomenal player. He's some of the best hands in the NFL. Just like that one-handed catch he made, for example, that really helped us, at least put the game like what we thought was putting the game away, not being putting the weight.
I think Watson needs a second chance for sure. We need Kraft. We saw that after Luke Musgrave was playing for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
he's just so impactful.
Yeah, Luke Musgrave. I mean, like I can see why like a lot of Packer fans, including myself, like did not want to draft him. I mean, like we were talking about Tyreek Stevenson or other options, because I mean just if you look at even like Luke Musgrave, even his college tape, I mean it's nothing but filled with injuries, and he had a couple nice games in college, but other than that he was mostly injured, very little stats. So we're really taking a chance on a guy who really didn't have too much college film. We're just chancing, and I feel like Packers like do get away with that sometimes, but like most of the better Packers I feel like that we drafted have had a lot of college experience, and have
even with like Matthew Golden, I'd like to just say, use your first round pick.
Yeah.
You can't just give him the ball maybe once or twice a game.
Yeah.
And expect him just to be happy with that. Well, maybe he is, but I just would not be happy in that situation if I was a first round pick.
Yeah. Well, I think it's stupid is like you go through the whole regular season, you have like the best receiving average on the team, I'm pretty sure, behind Watson. I want to say I'm pretty sure. I think he was second in receiving average on the team, but he doesn't get a single touchdown. He actually only got 3 targets in the red zone, I think, all like regular season, which I think is like stupid. It's not because Jordan Love didn't put the ball in his hands. It's just like every single play was set up so that the ball would go on the other side of him. So I just think, and we saw like with Matthew Golden, we finally gave him the ball anywhere near the red zone.
Yeah.
And he just showed he's got a lot of athleticism, not just his speed, but he's got a lot of athleticism. He's got a lot of potential. I think he easily showed, especially like the Dallas game, like on 4th and 6 both times. Like I mean, like he showed like he has like some phenomenal hands too.
Oh yeah.
So especially for rookies. So I think he's got a lot of potential. If we learn how to use him, it's really gonna change a lot of things too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's about it for me.
Yeah.
On the whole NFL spiel.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Let's talk about something.
Mhm.
How about that Bears luck, huh? Like with the
Uh,
Rams game.
oh, yeah.
Holy man.
Yeah.
Colson Loveland and Cole Kmet are the real deal.
Yeah, they are. I think they have a phenomenal tight end core. And just like I think their wide receiver core is like easily good. I mean, DJ Moore has phenomenal hands. Olamide Zaccheaus came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah,
Which is actually pretty cool.
Luther Burden's. He's all right.
I mean, like it depends, but I mean, like he's got the speed and he's got and even though I really like Matthew Golden, I actually wanted the Packers to draft Luther Borden over him. But I think I'm very happy with like Matthew Golden the way he's progressed now too. So I absolutely don't regret that decision. I would never, like big analysts from like ESPN and like other networks have already labeled him and written him off as a bust, which I think is stupid because Matthew Golden nowhere near showed anything of being a bust. And I think we just didn't use
We
him
just
enough.
didn't use him enough. That I
Yeah.
mean, and that just goes down to the coaching
Yeah.
and the game plan
Yeah.
and just feeding the ball to our diva. No, we
Yeah.
don't have divas. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Were way back then.
But yeah,
Yeah. Well, also too, with Matt LaFleur, like just talking a little bit about his play calling, I do think he's also a phenomenal coach. But I mean,
you can't blow that lead.
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I saw this on
Mhm.
Instagram the other day.
Mhm.
Matt LaFleur was part of the Falcons collapse in Super Bowl.
He was, yes. Him and Dan Quinn, yeah. Him, Dan Quinn, and all those guys. It's they were on that staff. Yeah, no, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, like Matt LaFleur's been around forever. I think he's a good coach, but when the game's on the line, it's just he's not the guy to really. I mean, like it's like stupid though. Like we're only 2 wins away from having the most wins in the past like 10 years, but like we still don't have a single Super Bowl to show for that in the past 10 years, which is crazy. Whereas every other team that has it, like in the top 5, has at least 3 Super Bowl appearances. So
Yeah,
I think it's just yeah, we definitely collapse.
Big game. I mean, Matt LaFleur has such a good regular season record that I don't think the Packers can just drop him.
Yeah.
Playoffs. I mean, especially during 2019 to 2022.
Yeah.
Making it to NFC Championship every year and just losing.
Yeah.
It just makes me so mad, but he's a good coach, but you just gotta.
It's just like, well, here's like one of the craziest statistics though. He's been our coach for 7 years now, right? He hasn't won a single Super Bowl. No coach has gone over 7 years without winning a single Super Bowl and ever won a Super Bowl later in their career. I think we have the team. It's just we just gotta. I wish we had a better offensive coordinator than Adam Stenavich. I'm sorry to say that, but I wish we had a guy like Nathaniel Hackett who could, he actually got hired by the Cardinals today. But
really?
Yeah, like what to go along with Matt LaFleur's brother now,
Mike went to the Cardinals, right?
Correct? Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And then their head coach came to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Gannon is he any good? You'd know.
Yeah, Jonathan Gannon. Gannon, he's the guy who went to the Chiefs.
Was their defense like good?
Yeah, they had they were like they had like some of the most sacks all time for their defense. So which is like what we were really missing without Micah Parsons, and I think Rashawn Gary should have stepped up. I mean, Rashawn Gary, he was the NFL sack leader going into Week 8, and he ended up just not getting a single sack after that or whatever. So
yeah,
that's just stupid to me.
Yeah.
So just a little bit about your faith. What encourage that? Chad?
Would encourage that. I'm gonna be honest, dude. So I was getting back from Florida. I had a seizure on the plane right in Minneapolis. So we had to make an emergency landing in the other twin city, St. Paul, to go to Children's. And I thought I was like dead. I saw like my ER guy, like someone in the hospital, like getting you into the. He's like, "You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay." I was just like,
yeah.
And I closed my eyes and just went to sleep. Like 3 hours later, and I was just like, "Thank God." And then maybe I was like, maybe I should start trusting him and more, and just help asking him for everything and forgiveness, because I remember that whole trip I was just mad at everything because maybe I wasn't getting the attention. I just can't remember why.
Yeah.
But I was like, maybe I should just take everything for granted because I was on a whole trip with my cousins and family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he saved me
Yeah.
when I was probably about to die.
Yeah.
And when I was a baby, I was most likely going to be dead. I got stuck in my mom's belly. They had to cut her open to get me out. And yeah, I just can only thank God for why I'm here.
Yeah, that's a crazy story, Jamerus. Like you look at, we take life for granted so much. I think in today's world, it's just so sad. Especially in America today. We just become, I guess, like so, complacent about life overall. And I think it's just such a precious thing because it's not, given by some random, clump of cells coming together by chance. It's by God's grace that each new life comes, and each and every single life is made in the image of God. And I think we take that for advantage. And you share in your own life how you never really realized how much how important life was until God gave you a second chance on your life. He said you're not done yet, and I'm going to use you.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's just you just gotta trust in him. He'll never give up on you as long as you don't give up on him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a really special. And like I just curiosity. So you're Lutheran, right?
I'm Lutheran. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like, would you just like like a lot of people have said made jokes about like just Lutheran not just being not being very bold about their faith and stuff like that. So what'd you say about that?
Well, my dad was Catholic, and then my mom was always Lutheran. So yeah, I'm not scared to share my faith or opinions because whatever, like I said, I can help you with whatever. I can try to do it. And try to help you out. If I can't, sorry.
Yeah, no, and I think it's really good because the Bible multiple times it just says like be prepared at all times. Just testify about your faith, and I think that's just really important as Christians. Every single opportunity God gives us, especially in your story right here. I mean, like right now is an opportunity, obviously, for all the people in the audience who might be watching this. Just like they can hear your story and they can know that there's a God who loves them out there, a God who cares about them, and He wants them to be saved. It's really cool that you get to share about it even right here about your faith and testify about that. So hopefully, one person even may come to Christ through this. So,
and I just want you to know, like, it could have been way worse, man. I mean, I'm so fortunate. Like, there's other people out there that just have it way worse than I ever did. So, some people died at birth, and I made it out. I'm just fortunate. Yeah, and sometimes I get symptoms, but I just pray and try to relax, and then they all just seem to go away.
Yeah, I think just going into that, so what are some things that just like some trials and stuff like that that have tried to push you back and make you want to quit, and stuff like that, just in life.
Things that made me want to quit. Nothing.
That's really cool. It just like I think like especially our faith like really helps put that in there. Like because we remember that we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us, and that nothing is impossible. Like with God, and that He can do all things through us because He's the creator and sustainer of all things. So I think it's really cool to have that mindset. That God can do anything through us, and that nothing is going to stop us because He's for us and He's always going to be with us. So
right.
Really cool.
Obviously, there's limits to things that I can and can't do. But what's gonna stop me from being a nice person, from trying to preach or what I want to do, what I want to say, how you want to say it, what position you want to play in baseball or football, what team you want to be or what team you want to be a fan of, and stuff like that. What's stopping you? Right? Do the best you can. That's all I got. Do the best you can.
Yeah, I think that's really important to remember too, because I feel like today, and especially in today's society, I just feel like we've become to the point where our biggest enemy is ourselves. Like the only reason why like I guess like we're so afraid to complete and try new things and finish things and all that stuff is because we're us ourselves is putting that blockage in the way, because we're afraid of what's gonna happen. And even more, we're not always willing to like try to do harder things and try to push ourselves and stuff like that. And that's like think, like why going out, to work out, just for example, just, one little way, it builds that little bit of that endurance and stuff like that. Just like just how to, build better versions, of ourselves, and also through our faith, Christ, Christ, when we're spending time with him, we're living in him, he makes us more Christ-like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have a mind like Jesus does. Whatever
Yeah.
stopped him?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
Nothing ever stopped him.
Yeah.
Pray for the ones that hurt you, man.
Yeah.
Pray for the people that don't love you.
Yeah.
Pray for the people that
Mm-hmm.
did bad against you, all that
Yeah.
stuff, and pray for the people that love you.
Yeah.
Pray for everyone, man. Love each other.
Amen.
Love each other.
Amen. And yeah, just from this, I think we can just always remember that, we may not, be invincible as humans, but we have an invincible, all-powerful, almighty God, and nothing's going to stop him for any reason. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so so what are you looking into as like a future, job? Do you think a future career path? Think you're looking
So
towards?
this might sound weird, but I'm gonna go for a pastor.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate like that because like you know like, I was recently like at a meeting for just like well, I mean, this is obviously for evangelical church, but honestly, in the day's church, I feel like and I'm really glad of it too, is like less and less are we like looking as denominations as almost religions, but we're actually looking at Christ as like like we're all
Accidentally dropped the mic.
let's drop, eh?
Looper, eh?
Yeah, so plus I can edit anything out of here,
No, you're fine. This is we're not perfect, boys. So
yeah.
we're not perfect. All right, continue. You can continue.
Audience retention. Wake someone up if they're falling asleep. Boom. Just like
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just just I think today I think it's really glad because we're not looking at, oh, you're Lutheran, you're Episcopalian, you're evangelical, you're non-denominational. No, we're looking at we're all brothers and sisters in Christ, and we're all united by that. So I think that's really special. But I'm just going back to that. I was just like like they're meeting overall, like pastors are just like a huge need. Like they're just like finding so many less people who are willing to be pastors and youth pastors now than before. So going to ministry, it's obviously a big responsibility, really really tough calling, but God has plans for you, and he's definitely going to use you in that. I pray for you, bro, one day, when you're up on the pulpit preaching, that God just uses you to reach many lives, and just everyday little ways, from the prayer breakfast you might have, or prayer meetings, or church, or or just outreach for people, and that God's going to use you through that. So
right. Yeah. What was I gonna say? I had something really cooking in my brain, but
yeah,
as you just listen, you just forget about it. Yeah, I'm looking to that. I could also that is my number one though.
yeah.
I'm also looking into trades for
Yeah.
plumbing, but I can also
Yeah.
I want, my goals are probably like wife and kids.
Yeah.
Take them to church Wednesday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Live in probably a small town.
Yeah.
Maybe not Stanley, but
Yeah.
or wherever life takes me, man. I mean, it can change in a second.
Yeah.
Like I always say.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the cool thing about ministry. You never know where God's gonna take you. He could call you to the most uncomfortable place you've ever been in. And just to help you grow. We were just talking about earlier. But he's gonna call you to a place where he wants you to, and it's really special. But yeah, just mention your family and kids. Yeah, that's a huge thing. I feel like also like the reason why so many families fall apart, especially for like now like ministerial peoples, because like they forget we often have this chart that ministry is our relationship with God, which is absolutely direct opposite. Obviously, number one, our relationship with God is the most important thing and should be the most important thing in our life. But number two is actually like our family and like those we love. And then actually I'd probably put like ministries at number three, because if we aren't like keeping up like with our relationships with like those we love, with those around us, if we're forgetting about those, then are we truly showing Christ like love to other? How can we truly show like Christ like love to those in our church and those in our ministry if we're not first showing love to like those around us first?
Right.
I think it's really important. And
I mean, most important thing is just loving each other. I mean, don't forget. I won't ever try to forget about my years being friends with this guy or anyone, dude. Like, I mean, just this town is so special to me. My friends are so special to me. Like, everything's so special to me.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I love the beautiful little town we live here, and I just yeah, and I'm definitely like, if I ever want to live somewhere else, it'd definitely be a little quaint little town somewhere just like this, because I mean, like, I love it, because I mean, it's just like, like, we're going to hang out with your friends, you're not getting lost in some big mega mall city, you're just like, you're just like right around the block, every single crook and cranny, every single street,
Yeah.
it's just so much fun. I mean, you're so connected with everybody, everybody, just everything truly feels like a, community, healthy community, and, in the cities, I mean, it's not a place where you get to know your neighbors, you get to know those around you. But here, I mean, it's just really special, I think. And
Everyone
yeah,
down the street,
yeah,
that street over there,
yeah,
they know you by your first, middle, and last name.
yeah.
It's just cool.
Yeah, that lady that's walking the dog every single day at such and such a time every single day. You've always got that noisy noisy little bit rowdy neighbor, but he's the friendliest guy in the world all the time. And you've got that one guy who's just like like almost like your house inspector, just constantly. But like like whenever you're gone on a trip or whatever, like he's gonna watch out for your house. Trim a couple weeds in your garden or whatever. Just it's so many great things about it. And I think definitely why I guess like sometimes like like depression sinks in, especially like in cities, is just because you don't have that community aspect anymore. And we need that as human beings. We need
Yeah,
people around us.
just the I'm not trying to bring like any suicide, but
Yeah, yeah,
the rates
uh-huh.
or homeless,
Yeah.
it's just terrible because no one has connections in the
Yeah.
big city, and you can just make some in like
Mhm.
this little town we got.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in a town where you see someone just on the side of the road, you don't know them at all.
Mhm.
Hey, do you need a ride?
Yeah.
Or you just see someone on the side of
Yeah.
the road just stranded. Hey, I got some spark plugs for you.
Yeah.
Or what else was I thinking? Need some help there?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and even to just, do you need some salt for that omelet you're making?
Yeah.
I've had that before, and it's just so cool. And I think it's just like when you're so crowded, like funny. It seems like when you're so crowded is when you feel the least like yourself. You feel the least, just like we see, like I guess like especially like the unaliving rate going up now is just because people are losing that aspect. And then also obviously like faith has a huge thing to do with it, like when you have that true thing to hold on to, when you have faith in Christ to hold on to, that also helps like especially just like I mean you get it too. I mean, you have your small little small town Lutheran church. I go to another small town church, it's amazing, everyone there, and you build such a phenomenal community with everyone there, and it's just
Right.
amazing. I think that really, and if more people would realize that and stop, because I feel like ever since COVID, more than ever, we hide behind our own self-made masks. It feels like especially because everything just pushed us into becoming more and more isolated and stuff like that. But if we spent more time with just like quality people and just like learn to make quality memories, we'd feel a lot less depressed and a lot more joyful and happy.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah.
I know. I 100% agree, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just it's so special. It's a blessing that I live in this town. I mean, I I want to live out in the country, but
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how I'd adjust that easily just living in town,
Yeah.
I just want to do all that other stuff, but it's hard and you can't.
Yeah.
Hard to get over this life too. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's really special. So yeah, I just like, I guess coming with this, like what are some life lessons like you really want some people to take away from just like what all that you've lived in your life and stuff like that.
Be grateful to do what you can do. Um yeah, like I said, I was um born with a lot of challenge in my life, but simply I just overcame that. Just try to be the best I can and work for it. Try to be humble. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
Just appreciate what you have. Appreciate it, man. It's it's not always gonna be there. I mean, just appreciate it. My grandma that I looked up to a couple years ago, she died from a brain bleed, and but she had the option to become basically a vegetable or what is it, or just die,
Yeah.
but what she chose? Just to die, because she didn't want to live the rest of her life not be able to hear or see anything. I mean, you just gotta do what God tells you to do. Do you know that little voice in your head? That's God telling you what to do. And that and that urge just to do something really stupid,
Mm-hmm.
that's just the devil talking to you and just trying to get you away from God, and but you want to stay closer to him by just doing the right thing, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and just you think about though in the Bible, like so many times, it describes like both, like actually both like Jesus and Satan is a lion. Just I think it's really important to remember like what because like obviously each line is gonna have its own call, its own particular voice. Just in your head, just remembering, because especially when you're in Christ, you're just gonna know that this is not from Jesus. This is from Satan, or this is from Jesus, and like and you're just gonna have that discernment that God's gonna give us. And yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. I mean, we all struggle with sin.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to
Yeah.
do it, but
Yeah.
we're just not perfect. But
Mm-hmm.
you can just repent, and God will always be there for you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, I mean, like it's crazy though. I mean, like we have like I mean, obviously he's holy. He's like he's also a righteous judge and all that. But he's also a loving father who loves us, and we can always come back to him. Like just really special, I think, because just so many times I know in my life where you're just like screwed up and try to like turn my own way away from him. Which is it's just like it's like an ignorant little kid. It's like so stupid. Like just like like a little kid might say, oh, I hate you, I hate you, mom, and then just like start walking away from the house to escape, and then come back 2 minutes later because you just realize how stupid it was. And just like I think that's
what am I gonna do?
Because like we just realize, oh, all of a sudden, now that I've walked away from God, all of a sudden I feel all alone. All of a sudden I feel like hopeless. All of a sudden I like so I think it's just really funny, but yet God, like he still loves us even through that. He still he doesn't say, okay, you said you want to leave, you said you want to go ahead and go away from me, you want to push me away, okay, just stay away then, stay and camp out in my backyard and watch while I eat the mac and cheese you were gonna have. All that. Imagine if God was like that to us, but instead he's like, no, I'm gonna bring you. No, I still love you. I'm gonna bring you back inside. You're still, you're still gonna have like, that good thing like that. I mean, for me, I absolutely hate mac and cheese. That's a hot take, but like, but that
it's all right.
I mean, one special thing. And just like in God's, just like say, hey, like I get it. You're sorry. I love you, and and I'll let you come back to me and start pouring my blessings out on your life again. So I think that's really cool. And yeah, that's
can never go wrong with trying to repent or pray for what you've done bad or who've done bad to you. You can never go wrong for that.
Amen.
Yeah,
I think that's definitely really special. Hey, Jamerus, like I really appreciate you being on the podcast.
oh, no problem, dude.
Really, special to kick it off like this.
No problem, dude. I'm honored. I mean,
yeah.
I just personally asked about this at first, and I'm like, so like, are you just interviewing like weird random people or what?
Yeah.
He's like, no, you can come on if you want.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bet.
Yeah. So again, I really appreciate Jamerus coming on. I was actually like originally intending to probably have another person on, but just ended up not working out for right now. So it was really special that he got to come on. Not that you were my second option or anything.
Oh no, no, you're
on my
good.
list, but it's just like it's just really cool how it all pieced out and just worked out together. So I think definitely Jamerus's story is really special. And it's just really awesome to have him on. And yeah, I think that's really cool. So just always, like all of you out there, just like just remember to be grateful for life. Remember that God loves you, and just always remember that He is our firm foundation who can come to in time of need. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Amen.
Come back next week for more.